Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Syarul Agung Prayogi. On this occasion, I would like to explain the intrinsic and extrinsic elements of the novel entitled Gulliver Travels. Let's see. Table of content, extrinsics and intrinsic. Okay, extrinsic Jonathan Swift. Born in November 30, 66-7 in Dublin in the Kingdom of Ireland. Um, he was an older poet, essayist, and religious figure known for his satirical style and criticism of social and political issues. Um, Among his famous works are Gulliver's Travels, especially a Maud's Proposal, Journal to Stella, etc. Let's move. Early life of Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift was born at a time when the English Civil War broke out in Dublin. When Jonathan was young, Jonathan lived with his uncle and worked as the secretary for his uncle's best friend. Jonathan Swift is used to living with Temple and her family. Being in Hill lonely and isolated makes their life quite difficult. Education of Jonathan Swift. Jonathan attended Gilpin College to get his degree in 68 6 and in 6090. After Temple died, Swift found work acting as secretary to various figures and eventually assistant to the Earl of Berkeley. In 1702, Swift received his Doctor of Divinity degree from Trinity College and spent much of his time writing. The 1700s was an era in which wits began to be recognized by the public as a fifth writer. Swift also began to be active in the world of politics, one of which gave his support for the Tory opposition group, which later appointed him as editor for the Examiner. Okay, let's move. Type of writing. Jonathan Swift wrote Gulliver Travels during the Enlightenment era in 18th century England. In the 16th century in England, there were many problems when the Church in England rebelled against the power of the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church. The stories in Gulliver Travels reflect some of the political events of this earlier period and the period in which Swift lived. These events include the deviations of the use of power by the kings of England for their interest, which is shown through the story in Gulliver's Travels. Through his unique use of satire, Swift saw the religious, ridiculous, and political situation in 16th and 18th century Europe through the prejudice of Catholics. Jonathan Swift is able to make people see their choice in real situation as something that should be decided for the right season. Yeah, let's move. Gulliver travel in France. Setting. The setting of this novel was originally in Liliput and Brobdingnag Country in the 1720s, 26. This novel tells of a journey to the land of Lilliput, the land of the dwarves, and the second to Bobdingnag, the land of the giants. Point of view, first person. A man who loves to travel. He is Immanuel Gulliver. Let's move. Main characters. The first character is Immanuel Gulliver, a traveler and an adventurer. Gulliver is the protagonist of the travels. He is an observer of other beings and other cultures. The second main character is Galbesto Momaren Iflame Cordillo Sevin Muli Uligi, the Emperor of Lilliput. Swift used the Emperor as an example of rulers who must always have some type of support before making a decision. Flipnap. Flipnap is Lord High Treasurer of Lilliput, and Glim Dalglitch, the daughter of Gulliver's master in Brobdingnag. She acts as Gulliver's nurse and protector. Okay. Level 2 Gulliver Travel Intrinsic. Secondary characters. There are many characters. The first one in secondary characters, especially Skyres Volgolem High. He is High Admiral of Lilliput. There Slamixian and Tremaxian Lilliputian political parties. And then the King of Lilliput, leader of is leader of Lilliputa. There are Yehos, repugnant anthropoids held in subjection by the Houyhnhnms. There's the Grey Horse, or the master Gulliver's master in country of the Houyhnhnms. The Academy Praetor, or Professor Balny barbarian reformers who plan reforms without considering effects. The next character, Munadi. Munadi is the governor of Legado on Balny Derby. And the Thorbergs. The Thorbergs is a race of humans who age without dying. They are immortal, but their immortality has none of its postulates. And the last secondary character is Houyhnhnms. Houyhnhnms is superior, totally rational horses who are the masters of the Yehos. Let's move dumps. I get two dumps from this novel. The first dump is morals versus physical strength. By placing Gulliver among people with a very different physical stage from his own, Gulliver's adventure dramatizes the difference between moral and physical strength. For example, in Lilliput, Gulliver's massive size advance of the Lilliputians would have made it easy for him to treat them like inhuman vermin and to assert himself against them with physical strength. They even imaged squeezing them in a handful during their early encounters on the beach. The last one, or the latter dump, is perspective. Gulliver's Journey is a novel about perspective. While the story is full of moral potential, its strongest and most consistent message is one of relativism. One's point of view depends on one's own physical and social circumstance, and seeing the circumstance of many people explain their own point of view. Okay. Maybe that's all I can say about this a very interesting novel taken from the journal of Immanuel Gulliver. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.